Reinvesting in our community, reinvesting in us, in all of us, is the right choice. That's why I'm bringing back the resource I took away.
What resource are you referring to?
Me. I'm the resource.
Football prodigy, King of Crenshaw, stealing his friend's girls twice. My personal favorite, the resource, all refer to the same person, Mr. Spencer James. Now, this guy, I'm sorry, before I even go off the rails, they messed up this character completely. Like, I remember watching this show and being like, this is tough. And like I mentioned before, you don't realize how corny or bad something is until you move on. Because back in that era, that was the show. I don't know if it was that good, but people weren't clowning it like they are now. Now all you see are Spencer James memes. I gotta save Coop, I gotta save Crenshaw, this, that, and the third. Now, me personally, when I was watching, I liked the show. I thought the show was fine, but I think even me, I could look and see some parts and be like, they're kind of messing up this character a little bit. And what is he gonna do? He's just reading lines off of paper. He just has to make do with what he has. So it's not his fault, you know what I mean? If they were going for a corny kid, I thought they killed it. But looking back, you just don't realize how bad something is until you look back and say, Jesus Christ, I can't believe I watched this. I remember binge watching it. Me and my sister, we watched it long after, like, when was the show out? We didn't watch it till like 2024 or whatever, because we didn't have Netflix, you know what I mean? We didn't have Netflix. We was broke, I guess. I don't know, bros couldn't afford Netflix, so we just caught up on it 2 years ago. And we were thinking, up to the end, we still thought it was a decent show, but nah, they messed up this character, dude. But if anyone has watched this show, anyone can relate to what I'm talking about. This man has what you call a messiah complex. And what that is a certain feeling of like, you feel like you're needed all the time by people, even if they don't really need you, but you just have it in your brain that says, yeah, I'm needed here. But he wasn't, he wasn't needed. That's the thing. He just had this fear of like, they're not gonna be okay without me. You know what I mean? They can't live, they can't go on without me. And that's a lot for someone that's like if you're a dad of a family or a mom of a family, that's one thing. But he was the older brother. He was playing as a high school student. So like 15, 16, like, you're not that needed. You shouldn't feel that obligated. And everyone's family is different. Everyone's situation is different. But you shouldn't feel like they're gonna die without me. To just give you some background to anyone that hasn't watched the show, there's a typical black upbringing, you know what I mean? Single mom, no dad, California, trenches. You get the point, right? Basically, this dude, he can play ball, but he goes to a school in the hood that's like, there's not really like many resources or access to like hire people, no connections, you know what I mean? So he's just playing to play. And then he gets the attention of a high school coach on the opposite side of LA, the nice part, rich kids, rich parents, big balconies, whatever. So he talks to him, he's like, I want you to come play for me. And it's actually ridiculous thinking about it. Like, this dude was recruiting players for his high school team. Like, this is not even college yet, let alone NFL. High school ball, yeah, so that's how serious it gets. I thought Texas was bad when it comes to high school, but this takes the cake. Recruiting high school kids. All right, bro. This is where the problem starts. He's like, the messiah complex comes into play. I gotta watch after my mom, watch after my brother, Crenshaw needs me, whatever, right? And so, but basically, this coach is so pressed to get him to play for his team. I think he's gonna be fired if he doesn't win a title or succeed or whatever. Mind you, this is a former NFL player that's coaching a high school team that never made it to the top or whatever because he messed up his knee. So I think he's just trying to fill some void that he never got to. And for him, that's high school ball. So he pulls all these strings just to make sure this one kid plays for his team. So putting him into his house, allowing him to attend, so that allows him to attend the school which he would want him to play at. So it sounds ridiculous, right? Putting it into perspective, like these are kids, you know what I mean? Like, that's how serious it gets. Okay. But basically, I feel like this show had its moments. Like, season 1 was good. It was about it's a bunch of like football with high school teenagers trying to figure out their way, you know what I mean? I feel like where they got it wrong is when they kept it going too far to where it wasn't really football anymore. It was just a bunch of drama, because now it's a drama show, which is okay. People like action, people like drama, but it's like you're taking away from what you intended originally. If they had nothing to do with football and it was drama, then I feel like no one really complained. But you led with football, and now as the seasons go on, there's little to no football going on. And I feel like that's where they lost viewers. That's where they messed it up. But I feel like, yeah, you can only play football for so long, right? That's probably why they kept it going into college and the NFL, because these kids got to get older. It's not like animated shows where characters can stay the same age for 20, 30 years. It's just, you know, high school, or they're playing a high school role, so they got to move on. But now I'm just like seeing all the memes resurface on, I be on TikTok now, and you know, like, I know I said before, Instagram my preferred app, but I be on TikTok now, and I don't think it's reached Instagram yet, so I'll be scrolling through, and now on my For You page, all you see is all-American memes about Coop and Spencer and just all of Crenshaw, bro. It kills me. Crenshaw really liked that. They had a hood terror. This guy, he was the Grim Reaper of the hood. He was haunting people in their sleep, haunting Coop.
What's up, Coop?
He was just bad for business, you know what I mean? And he had to go, and they took him out. But he was like, I guess he was like jealous of Spencer in the sense that he didn't want him to leave or like succeed, because he couldn't be nothing, so he felt like Spencer didn't have to be nothing. Like, I mean, the other thing I want to talk about is like the players they got to play these roles. Like, I get it, it's acting, but you're acting in football, and I feel like you should get some people who are at least like somewhat mobile, you know, inclined, active. They just got some people and threw them on the football field, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like some of them should be able to play, and it's like, it just kills me. The type of runs they make, the routes, the throws. I mean, this show, man. You don't, like I said, you don't realize it until you go back and say, what was I watching, dude? But it was low-key entertaining. I mean, all the drama, all the stuff that resurfaces now, it was funny, bro. The memes they're able to make out of it. I mean, you can just go on and on and on. Just, I swear, look up All-American clips, Spencer James. You'll find something, I guarantee you. But what I can respect about Spencer is that I guess he was so pressed on not leaving Crenshaw behind, because he didn't want to be known as the kid that forgot where they came from, you know what I mean? Grew up there, and he wanted to give back and make sure that they was also straight, because he knew what it was like to live there. I can't speak on that. I didn't grow up in the hood, you know what I mean? But he knew what it was like, so he didn't want to just be this outcast or like this person that just forgot about their roots or whatever. Never let the money get to him. He never let it phase him, you know what I mean? He just those people that just wanted to be maybe not necessarily remembered, but just, I guess, not forgotten. I don't know what I'm trying to say. He didn't want to leave his hood behind. Let's just leave it at that. He was physically in Beverly Hills, mentally in Crenshaw. That was a bar right there, yeah, that was a bar. Let me just go through some clips that make me laugh every time, like this one right here.
I'm going to ask you one more time. Where's your ID?
Wait, no! I was in the bedroom counting money.
Okay, so I don't know what Twins' thought process was. Like, usually people see police and run the other way. This dude ran straight towards them. I don't know what he was trying to achieve. I don't know what the end goal was, because they have a gun, you don't. And then I was reading, you know, what makes a video funnier is not necessarily the video, but the comments attached to the video. I'm looking through it, and someone was like, they was trying to end up on a t-shirt or a hashtag, and I'm just like, you know what? I can't even fight it or argue with it, because I guess that was his motive. That's what he was trying to do. Black people and white cops, you don't think, after everything that happened, especially, you know, you think that's a good idea to run up on them with no gun? Yeah, that was stupid, bro. And then this one too.
Plant-based burgers, huh? Yeah.
What about fish?
Like I said, Grim Reaper, he was terrorizing the hood. He had people shook. This dude was really terrorizing the hood, bro. Like, see, this is an example of what I'm talking about right here. This sorry route. I've never, what? Like, okay, alright, she probably don't play football, but why do this and embarrass the girl? What is this? I mean, I heard this dude was ranked number something in the whole country. He's top 10 in the whole country. But to run a route like that? I feel like, I don't know, like, obviously no one's guarding him, no one's defending him, but I mean, when you practice enough, you start to think like when I played soccer, right? But if I was training individually, I would like envision like there were people around me so I can make it like, because you have to pretend it's real world stuff, you know what I mean? You gotta always pretend it's real world stuff, because when you're actually playing a game, you're not gonna have that much space or freedom. You gotta make do with what you have. So I just feel like when he's been playing football that long, you gotta envision and imagine like, no, this is not gonna work, you know what I mean? I gotta run a real route. But he just, I mean, anyone could do that route. And look at the throw too, like, this is what I mean. These people don't play football for real. They're actors, but you could find some people that have played, like me. I don't play soccer right now, but I played soccer for years. You could cast me in a soccer movie. I'm not gonna be the best soccer player, but I know techniques, I know dribbles, I know how to be an idiot on the field. I know what to do. I know the rules of the sport. So I just feel like you get people like that to play a movie like that because, or a TV series like that, because you're trying to make it realistic.
Oh, you shot something. What you gonna do if Todd run up on you?
If Todd dumb enough to run up on me, I'm gonna be ready for him.
What's up, Coop?
I'm gonna be ready for him.
She was all confident, brave. She had her weapon, but as soon as she was lacking, and he popped up from behind, she knew it was over, dude. Look at her face, bro.
Wanna know how I'm feeling? I'm angry. You hear me? I'm angry. I'm angry.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Twin was angry. Like, the show, man, I tell you, like, I think there were 7 seasons. I just stopped watching after the 6th one. I didn't even bother to watch the last one, especially when they said the main character wasn't gonna be there anymore. And I'm thinking like, all right, so why even continue the show? The character that, I mean, people don't just watch the show for him, but he's the main character, so the bulk majority are gonna be looking for him. And you take out that character, like, you just want your views to go down? I feel like, what are we doing?
No more. We go big or we go home.
You asking us to forfeit the game?
It was one of ours!
Who did they get to fill in these background roles? I mean, I'm not even mad at Twin. I probably would have laughed too if I was there. But you see what I mean? Like, everyone around him even knew, like, what you're asking is ridiculous. I don't even remember the context behind that scene. I don't remember if someone from their school died or something in gun violence, or I don't even remember. But you see my point. Like, I mean, how you expect? Did no one that the producers, the cameramen, no one saw that man laugh and say, "Yeah, let's redo that scene." No, let's just keep it in. No one would notice. Let me tell you something. There's always gonna be someone or some people that recognize the fine points, that always look at the bigger picture and see just the little errors that TV makes mistakes on. And that's one right there. They clip that clip in. Why? I don't know. I probably would have laughed too, because the way this man yelled. Can't take this show seriously, bro. This dude was a genuine hater. Like, I rocked with him at some point, but even me, I felt like you're overdoing it now.
Jackson, 2000. Thank you.
Another point for cause.
Thank you. At a black church, how long does praise and worship last? 1, 30 minutes, 2, an hour, or 3?
Okay, ain't no way Beverly Hills getting this one right, unless he been binge watching Preachers of LA.
Man, what's your problem? Yo, Chris, chill, man. Chill.
Like, I think because he was Spencer's QB at Crenshaw, and now he's trying to clown his new QB at Beverly Hills. I don't know, like read the room. I think Buddy's a little jealous that his friend is hanging out with another friend that he doesn't know, and now he feels left out.
I think we can make great stuff together. Check this out. Sometimes I think of myself, I thank God for saving myself.
Coop can't rap, bruh. I don't care what nobody say, bruh. There's not one song. I'm glad she made the transition from a rapper to a lawyer. She never did any dissing, which I'm surprised about. You would think like, I don't know, I just feel like you would think like she would be dissing on like, what was his name? The dude that was always haunting her because she was a rapper, but she never did. She kept it peaceful, but Coop couldn't rap, bruh. Like, making the switch from that to a lawyer was the best thing she could have ever done with her life. And then, but apparently the actor that plays her actually raps in real life. Now, I've never listened to her personally, but Coop can't rap, bruh. Don't listen to what nobody say. Coop can't rap. Nobody ever been in a function and be like, turn on the new Coop. You a lie.
Bill? I did. Give me your cards.
How much y'all? Why are we calling it so early?
Don't worry about it, Spence. I got you. Nah, man. What? This ain't enough?
You came to Beverly Hills with your football talent and $2, and you're asking, it's not enough? No, in what world is $2 enough? Especially in that part of LA. I don't even think $2 is enough to get by in Crenshaw. So bringing $2 to pay for food and pool at a bar in Beverly Hills, and you have the audacity to ask, what, this is not enough? You can see him getting irritated too. Like I get it, it's embarrassing, but do yourself a favor and don't embarrass yourself. What made you think $2 was gonna get you anything? $2 probably get you a drink. Maybe not even. I mean, you have no right to get frustrated. They trying to take care of you, make sure you're straight. Like, yeah, it's embarrassing, but do your homework next time. Don't bring $2 to a bar in Beverly Hills, dude. Let's be so for real. So yeah, overall, I think Spencer is a loyal person, but he's also a stubborn person. So when people around him say, move on with your life, he just can't. But nevertheless, that's not to take away anything. He obviously cares about his family. He obviously cares about the people he has in Crenshaw, and he doesn't want to be seen as this person who abandoned or ran away from his hood. That's not who he is. But that doesn't take away from the fact that they made this dude overly corny and a pick-me boy too. I can't believe I just said that. You get where I'm going, you know? You get what I'm trying to say. But that's gonna wrap this one up. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment. I ain't really got more to say, so peace.